What causes what's so disrupting and discouraging about a neighbor in an apartment building, a landlord who's a mental health organization, and a neighbor who causes a complete breakdown in thinking and thought, using their voice, a voice and a sound and a whisper. Anybody with ears and anybody with a recording device can capture and figure out who's fucking with who. And a landlord, a mental health organization, says to a tenant, an apartment renter, my problem has to do with some mechanical failure. The bullying has to do with my own thoughts about some technology device malfunctioning, needing their maintenance operatives to come in and fix now. I've had the police listen to the sound I've recorded for thousands of videos. And nobody stands up to the bully and says, you're causing suffering. And everyone says to the person who wants to go to medical school, shut up, be silent. Shut up and be silent. And everyone encourages the woman who cries wolf, who has no gender, who has no identity, who walks around dressed in black and gothic Victorian prestige now, using their style, their lack of sleep, to make their manifesto of artistic example now. When I moved in to this apartment now, in this building they say has mental health services available, though they don't provide for me anymore now, other than more words and more sounds and more confusion and more unexplained appointments ignored now. There was loud techno rave music, late at night, really early in the morning. And until I started to spend my money, I had no heat. Every time I turned on a device making a sound, there was a response described as awareness. Hitting my wall, hitting my wall, hitting my wall, hitting my wall. Yelling in the hallway of the building to people who weren't in the hallway to do what they wanted and they were saying in the hallway now. A person who seemingly demands so much awareness, they have complete dominance and control and power. They could walk up to Mr. President Joe Biden and he would have to kiss, lick, and touch their self and ego and mind, and eventually the skin pale and dying from what choices and decisions are made now. Silence and quiet. However, complete, undisrupted abuse. When I was homeless, schizophrenics, those who suffered from schizophrenia and those who were schizophrenic, often talked as my neighbor talks now. But they never bothered me. They never used their voice and their whisper and their sound to cause me any harm, any disruption for what I was doing now. And so there's time. There's continued death and destruction in 509. Dressed as a woman and talking as a dominant, no gender human now. Who eventually have to walk into their bathroom and not stare at their mirror and see an alien and a UFO they flew in on riding their broom, but have to acknowledge the death they will soon have from their despair and their anarchy will be much worse than any veteran, any soldier could ever see in battle, in war. And will then know what those extremists and those terrorists and those violent duality participants do to those ethnicities, in those genocides. Now,